Hi Capricorn, welcome to your December 2020 reading. Happy birthday to Capricorn, December Capricorn babies. I have a couple of Capricorn friends that are having solar returns this month, so happy birthday to you all. Let's talk astrology really quick. So you have the relief. You have the relief of Saturn and Jupiter no longer being in your sign. You guys really did it well. I know it probably doesn't feel like it. It probably feels like you were pulled through a knothole and you probably, like one of those train wrecks that you can't unsee, So what does this mean? Saturn and Jupiter are both shifting into Aquarius the first half of December and the second week actually of December. Both of them are shifting, and then on the first day of Capricorn season, on the 21st, they will be conjoining in the sign of Aquarius. So what does this mean for you guys? There's going to be more of a focus on your value system, not so much on who you are yourself, or not so much on who you are or how you represent or present yourself to the world, but more on your finances, more on love, more on how you see the outside world and how you're contributing yourself to that outside world, to that, how are you valuing other people? Saturn in Aquarius is, you guys know more than anything, Saturn is about letting things happen through time, right? Through the expansion of time. Saturn rules time. He's the father of time. And everything that's worth doing is worth doing right. And it's worth doing in a timely manner. And that's what Saturn is here to teach us. So Saturn moving into Aquarius for you guys, it's all about how you value yourself, how you value others, and the coming together of all of that. And then Jupiter is just going to expand this energy. It's a tolerance factor that we all sort of have to come to terms with. This isn't about who was right and who was wrong anymore. This is about how can we see eye to eye. How can I value your opinion just as much as I value my opinion? And how can we bring that together and work as a team effort and not necessarily just me being me and you being you and us arguing about things all the time. So it's going to be a breath of fresh air. It's funny since Aquarius is an air sign, the pun, I had to do it. You guys appreciate puns. You guys are like the driest sense of humor I've ever known, but it's hilarious. Like, I get that dry sense of humor. I think the biggest thing that you guys can really expect, especially from all of these eclipse season, the eclipses that are happening as well, on December 30th, so we have an eclipse in Sagittarius. We have an eclipse in Gemini on November 30th. We have an eclipse in Sagittarius on the 14th. And then a full moon eclipse in Cancer, which is just opposite you guys. So, this is sort of like having to look at your shadow aspects and, being honest with yourself on the ways that you personally need to change in order to do things not necessarily better, but more efficiently, right? Because 2020 was really about teaching us how to do things in different ways and more efficiently. But did you allow that lesson to happen, or are you still scrambling to make things work? Are you creating more chaos because of what 2020 was, or are you learning the lessons that Saturn presented to you so that you can move into a new energy and do things a different kind of way? When we get into 2021, and by the way, my 6-month forecast readings are still available. So if you want to get in a spot for your 6-month forecast reading, I'm also going to talk to you how Jupiter and Saturn conjuncting in the sign of Aquarius, how that's going to actually affect you personally based on your birth chart. So I'll do that. That's like a quick thing I do in the beginning of the reading. So if that's something you'd be interested in, that information is in the description box below. But yeah, so the, 2021, the beginning of it is not going to be easy. We still have a lot of shifting that has to happen. We still have a lot of different ways that we have to create our lives in a new type of energy. Like it's a breath of fresh air, but at the same time, it's like if you don't shift easily with the energies, this might be a little bit more difficult for you. But I think that you guys are really bossing up. I think that you guys are, you're the bosses anyways. But I think that this is a time for you to be a little bit more soft, be a little bit more gentle with yourself. And when you're a little bit more soft and you're a little bit more gentle with yourself, you can be soft and gentle with other people as well. Creating stability, yes. Oh man, Saturn in Aquarius is going to be about helping you create stability so that it's lasting. And this is something that is definitely going to, it's definitely going to take some time for you guys to get there, but finding that independent abundance on your own without feeling like you have to answer to anybody else, that's like a Capricorn dream. You have to be in it. You guys were literally born tiny adults, right? So it's hard to not be independent when you're a Capricorn, and I think that you guys have had to rely on people so much in the last couple of years that it's really time for you to boss up and get moving in a more individualized direction. So we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Two of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you are trying to decide whether you still want to be single or if you want more out of that, if you want to be in a partnership. The Nine of Pentacles, yes, it's about independent abundance, but it's also about doing things on your own and living a single life and being in that single type energy. We have the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the King of Swords. Don't rush into anything. I know that there are things that you want. Oh man, I know that there are things that you want. And I know that I feel like this King of Swords is your energy, actually. And I feel like it's very tunnel visioned. It's like the strong silent type. And more than anything, having this kind of energy, but feeling baby at the same time. You know what I mean? So there's a vulnerability that you're hiding when you're the King of Swords. And there's a vulnerability that you want to be able to show. And I think, Saturn shifting into Aquarius is sort of giving you that opportunity to see what it is that you truly value and that, the direction that you want to shift that softness towards. Because you can't get a Capricorn to be soft unless they feel safe, right? And you can't feel safe when things are in chaos and everything is crazy. But the more that you manifest your desires in a way that isn't so, it has to be done right now, the more you allow yourself to broaden those expectations a little bit, it's going to be easier to get through this energy. Because, man, all right, so let's see what the Knight of Cups is. It's almost like the approach is different. Yeah. The approach is different because you want it to be a commitment. You want it to be real. You want to solidify that foundation. So we have the Three of Pentacles with the Hierophant on the Knight of Cups. The offer, it's really funny. Like, you're sort of in that place where the whole dating thing doesn't really, it's not cute for you anymore. You just want to be in a relationship. Like, you don't want to have to go through all the dating BS, like getting to know each other and all of those things. Like, you want to vibe in an energy where the other person has the same standards and expectations for themselves. Oh, it just started raining. That's interesting. So you want to be in a relationship and you want to vibe with somebody who has the same expectations for themselves that you have for yourself. And that's, you know, when you're on, you're somebody who just goes for it. You know, you're a cardinal sign. You see what you want and you head that direction. If you don't know what you want quite yet, it's really hard to find that. But I think that you've been working so much on yourself to create whatever expectations you do have. There's this leveling up. There's this, again, the bossing up that you're doing. That Three of Pentacles is about the foundation. Like, you want it to be on a different kind of foundation. You want this relationship to be centered in a more spiritual and grounded way. It's something where, because the Hierophant's about commitment, there could be a Taurus that you want to approach there, you know, and offer. It feels like there's some kind of offering that you are going towards. Whether it's a Taurus or whether it's somebody else, and maybe it's just an idea at this point. Maybe this is like, I'm building my foundation so that I can create with somebody else down the road in the future. But I think that the decisions that you're making, Two of Pentacles, they need to come from a place of the value that you hold yourself to first, if that if that makes any sense. Let's see. Two of Pentacles. See what I mean? I love it when the cards are on track with what I'm saying. The King of Pentacles on the Two of Pentacles. The decisions that you're making, they have to be for you. I mean, I understand that when we make decisions in our existence and in our life, that other people are affected. Of course, other people are affected. But if you're not happy and you're bringing other people along on your journey while you're not happy, can you imagine how miserable everybody will be? So making the decisions based on the journey that you want to go on, based on the track that you want to be on, first and foremost, like, you have to be in charge of the direction that you're going in, because your value system is changing in a really big way. The things that you once thought were important, probably before 2020 started, the things that you thought were once important don't necessarily look so bright and shiny anymore. And maybe down the road they'll look bright and shiny again, but you can't be distracted from the truth and the expectations and the direction and the course that you have created, the journey that you've created. So we have the Queen of Swords on the Nine of Pentacles. If you're dealing with an air sign, or if there's somebody around you, the Queen of Swords is somebody who is, she knows what she wants. She doesn't really mince her words. She's very honest, probably a little too honest sometimes, and kind of forthright. And it's really interesting because I feel like you hold this person in high regard, but at the same time, there's a separation, there's a distance with them. And that might be that you're trying to make a decision on whether you want to be with this person or you want to stay single. Are you going to level up? But the questions that you have to ask now, when you bring a partnership in, the questions that you have to ask now are, does this person, you know, is this person something that's on board with what I'm on board with? Does this person want the same things in life that I do? Are they on the same journey that I'm on? And even if there are differing opinions and there are different directions that you guys might be going, is it still a beneficial, do they allow you to have your independence? You see, like you guys both very much value your independence. And if you can be with somebody who is both independent and soft at the same time, that's like a win-win for both of you. So that's what I mean by making the decisions for yourself. You're going to have to ask yourself some questions, because the values that you used to place on things in the past are no longer the same. And you can't, and like rushing into, like Saturn's not going to let you rush into anything. You try to rush into a new relationship, which could easily be something that happens with this Saturn and Jupiter transit. But if you try to rush into it, Saturn is going to flatten your ass. That force, you guys know, you live it. I hurt a Capricorn one time, like emotionally. I hurt him and made him cry. And I tell you that karma did not go away for years. And I feel so, it was like 20 years, maybe 22 years ago. Like it was a long time ago. And, like when I say that Saturn will flatten your, like, don't mess with the Capricorn. The karma that you get, the negative karma, the bad karma that you build up when you mess with a Capricorn, oof, that is not something that anybody wants or needs in their life. So the Four of Swords and especially you guys, like you already know, you live with it every day. If things are getting a little too chaotic for you, it's okay if you take a break. I know how that sounds. I'm a Virgo. I know how taking a break from things sounds to you guys. But I guarantee you that the more energy you have, the easier it's going to be to manifest what you want. And you won't be manifesting from a place of desire and longing and hoping and wishing and dreaming. You'll be manifesting from something that's real. And ultimately, and it may even feel like an energy surge. When you allow yourself to rest, it may even feel like an energy surge. So, let's see. Page of Cups. See what I mean? And let's see what this King of Swords is. I feel like this might be also your energy. You really feel like you guys are the strong, silent type, but I think that if you get too much in your head this month, ooh, it could go really, really badly for you. So we have the Wheel of Fortune on the Page of Cups. The things that you want are definitely changing, but they're changing in a positive way. They're changing in a way where you're going to be able to look at that stuff and be like, oh man, I didn't even realize how much this is what I wanted in my life. That Wheel of Fortune on the Page of Cups is big for you guys, because Jupiter is the expectations that you're going to have when Jupiter shifts over. You probably won't even know who you are anymore. Man, I'm totally different than I was last year. Five of Swords on the King of Swords. Arguing with yourself and creating chaos within your own mind will not help your situation. the direction that you're going in now, this isn't about what you can do better or how you can do things differently. That's all going to happen whether you like it or not. But you can sit within the things that you've lost and be really, really sad about it, because you may feel diminished. You may feel, oof, okay, so I have the 10 of Swords. I can't hold all of them because my hands are so small. The 5 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords. The things that you've lost, the things that you've had to come to terms with this year, allow yourself to grieve that, but don't define who you are based on the losses. 2021 it may not be better energy, but it will be different. It will be it'll be a rebuilding, right? 3 of Pentacles. It'll be a rebuilding after the storm. It'll be a rebuilding after the chaos. It'll be a rebuilding after the Tower. Now, I know you didn't get the Tower, but you did get the 10 of Swords, and that's pretty bad, right? That's not a comfortable, not bad. It's just not comfortable. I don't want to say anything is good or bad because our perceptions are different for everything, right? But when you allow yourself to define 5 of Pentacles, the lack mentality, and maybe you do feel like you are physically lacking in some way, and you have to understand the reason why sometimes we get to a place where we're physically lacking is because our values have to change. The way that we see stability and safety and security, the way that we see all of that has to shift. It has to change. That's what 2020 was about. And if that's not something that you are resonating with right now, the best way for you to pull yourself up out of feeling diminished, right? Page of Pentacles, that would be a diminished earth sign right there. With the 8 of Swords, you got to get out of your own head. You got to get out of your own way. Pivot. Boss up. Change directions. Create a new path. Create a new foundation. 3 of Pentacles, one that's a little bit softer. And always remember that you can speak the more we're speaking our truth, the more we're speaking up and the more you are directing your truth, the easier it is to get out of the 8 of Swords. Because when you're living authentically and you're manifesting authentically and you're living based on who you are and not who the world wants you to be. 7 of Pentacles, we get to the 10 of Pentacles. That vision that you have for your future is very real. And you're already making gains by creating a new and different and softer foundation. So try not to second guess yourself. You probably will. Just try not to. And if you have people around you, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, anybody, right? If you have people around you to say, listen, and they're telling you that like, don't get in your own way. Don't wallow in your self-pity. Don't do that, like allow yourself to have people around you that are rooting for you. That's really going to help you as we shift into 2021. And if you would like to see what your 2021 is going to look like, you can always get that 6-month forecast reading and the memberships. I will be doing the general forecast readings as well in December, and all of the members get the extended second half of the year with included in the membership. So I hope to see you guys over in the memberships. We communicate, we are interactive on that membership every single day. So if you need a little bit of support and guidance and help, you also get discounts on all the services that I provide. So here you go. I hope you guys have a wonderful December. Again, happy birthday to December babies and December Capricorn babies. And I will see you guys for the new year. Bye.